Hey everybody, it's just another gamer. We are here with some Recycling Center Simulator. This game is so much fun, absolutely crazily addicting. So essentially what you do is you go to special job sites, locations that you get on the computer, you get a bunch of trash, you bag it up, you get a bunch of other random stuff, and you throw it in this thing. Either you sort it, or these guys sort it, then it goes on little pallet jacks, you want to call them, then it goes over these things and it gets sorted. And well, not sorted, it gets basically smelted down into a resource that goes over to your storage and then you sell. That's the basic premise of the game. It is so much fun, and it's honestly super addicting. I didn't even realize I had it. I must have got it in like a bundle or something, and I picked it up. Well, I started playing it the other day, and I've been playing it nonstop, and it's super fun. And I think I have some awesome tips and tricks for you guys, things that the tutorials don't emphasize, or things that are just good general knowledge to know about the game, and things that'll help you. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about are contracts. Every contract you'll get, you'll be able to bargain, haggle, whatever you want to call it, and it's really, really awesome because why would I pay him more for the job? It's really awesome because you can save a little bit of money. Every dollar counts, especially when you start just starting out. Oh, you agreed. That's perfect. So you can do that with every single job, and you can save a little bit of money. Because if you look at it, you're making 78 kilograms of, yeah, perfect. See? You're going to be making 78 kilograms, and this one right here is 85, so it's really going to help you a lot. And if you think about it, I mean, they probably want, okay, didn't quite, well, I guess I shot them again, we'll see. And you don't lose any reputation for trying to do this, so I think it's awesome. It is, like I said, it's super useful. With that said, let's move on to our next step. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about are the people that you can hire later in the game. So they will have a capacity of what they can haul. And for that guy is 125, so I gave him a job that was 10 something. This guy's 82, so I want to try to find a job that's in his ballpark for what he can haul. So it's going to be rough. I'll probably give him this. This is a 60 something. So you always want to make sure you check the capacity at what they can haul, because if they can't handle a job, you're going to lose a lot of money, and that's never good. Lost money is no bueno. So this guy can do 119. We're probably going to put him on this 102. And yes, like, so the higher stars they have on the jobs mean there's more, you want to call it, there's a higher chance they're gonna find locked boxes they have to pick and all that, and they don't bring back money. But from what I can tell is they bring back more in trash. I mean, I've tried to taking all the bags out of the truck and seeing in total how much. So you don't lose any trash, but you don't lose a trash thing, but you lose the extra money you would have gotten from those boxes that you can find with picks and all that. So that kind of sucks, but it saves so much time, because if you try to do all these jobs in one sitting, which is crazy. I've done it before because I didn't know for a while you could actually hire these guys. Silly, I know, but I didn't know, so I just, kept on. Yeah, here's the situation where I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, because I don't really have anything super low. I guess this right here is the best we have. But yeah, so just make sure you're finding the opportune guys to do the right jobs, because if you don't pay attention, there's a good chance you're going to lose a good bit of money, and losing money is never good. So yeah, basically, just make sure the guys can handle the job that you're giving them. Okay, on our next. The next thing I want to talk about is the recycling container. Absolutely amazing. So freaking awesome. But the tip is to make sure you have pallets nearby, because if you have the upgrade, these things fill up like, they get a ton of, by day 5 you should have around 100 kilograms of trash in there. Especially if you have the upgrade, let me emphasize that. Amazing. But always having a pallet near, so you don't have to run them back and forth is really, really good. And if you wait long enough, you could have 3 pallets stacked up and just have tons and tons of trash coming in. The game, I almost think that the game maybe should have like either a place you can put them, or a place where there's like auto puts them, like that'd be a cool upgrade. I don't know, but I think it's really awesome, really smart to have a pallet there. It helps everybody, saves you time. Like I said, there's so much trash being gathered. This is like, look at this. This is crazy. Just easy profit, I don't. Okay, on to our next thing. So this isn't as much as a tip as it is a strat. But essentially, it's getting all the little stuff first. So, as you can see, I'm just going to pick up all the... Oh no, the whole video's ruined! I'm just kidding. Okay. So, picking up all the little stuff, getting it all bagged up first can often... This is the second time... Oh my god, dude. This is horrible, I'm sorry. Okay, so... Yeah, picking up all the little stuff Just trying to get that all bagged up first. It can often make you save time because then you can find all the big stuff pretty quickly. I use this strategy when I'm cleaning. It may feel a little bit weird at first because it feels like you're just skipping over stuff, and you pretty much are, but I think it's really good because I feel like if you're picking up all the big stuff running back, I mean, I also tend, it really varies on depending on the building, but if it's a pretty enclosed, like 2-room or 2 big room building, I'll throw everything right there. But if we're talking like one of the job sites or the train station or whatever, I will just leave it there. But in this case, I'll probably just throw it all towards the entrance, just so it's all centralized in one area. So when I want to, you know, start moving stuff to the truck, I can do that pretty easily. Dude, how many times am I gonna? There you go. So yeah, it's pretty basic. Just, you know, pick the little stuff up first. But it is a lot of clutter stuff. Like everything, it's all, I mean, it's just trash that's scattered around. So getting that hold of that, getting that all done first, it's a good strat in my mind. And I think it'll help you. I mean, it depends on how fast. Like, I feel like these things are like a speed run. Like, I don't know why, but as soon as I get in the building, I'm like, everything must go in a bag now. So yeah. But I think it'll help you guys, and I know it helps me, and it makes me feel like I get stuff done quicker, just because bags fill up pretty quick, and more stuff's in bags. There's less clutter around, and you don't see as much of it, and everything's good. So I would definitely try to, you know, use the strat. I think it's helpful. I think you'll get some use out of it. What's going on? Oh, some use out of it. Okay, on our next thing. So this next thing is about truck and storage and stuff in the truck management. So when you first start the game, you have a much smaller truck than this. But it looks like the guys that you totally, how do you want to call them? The garbage collector people that are your partners. I don't know what they're called. Why? My God, dude, what a fumble. Okay, so essentially, you have as much smaller trucks, so you need to be very cautious of what you put inside of it, and where you put it. I tend to like to put all the big stuff. I like one of the big stuff, we want to call it. The, like the miscellaneous stuff, like the boxes, the random pallets, the blowy-in jugs, I don't know. Maybe it's like, I don't know, reminds me of like maple syrup jugs or something. I don't know, just weird jugs. Or the weird glass vases. Vase, what a weird word. But you put them bad boys in the back, and then you have your half, like, what's going on? Where's the other parts of the chair? It's just really weird. But you put them in the back, and it will be harder, especially if you have a ton of jobs. I remember like barely fitting stuff, but there's been situations where I have to unload the entire truck because I packed it wrong, and the stuff's falling out, and I can't get the doors closed, or the doors closed to stuff that's not all the way, you know, and it's horrible. So yeah, pack in your truck, because you can also get in here and move stuff around. When there's more stuff, it makes it a lot harder, and you get a little more crazy. So just try to make sure, I think I mean, yes, there's also something to be said for having the bags in the bottom and the other miscellaneous stuff on top, but I feel like the miscellaneous stuff just rolls down because you're going to have kind of a peak thing, especially if you're just throwing it in. So I think being cautious of how you load your trailer is really, really important, because like I said, I've had issues with it, and I mean, I really didn't have to get in there and do it, but I felt that, I don't know, I take these games a little too seriously sometimes. Like I said, I feel like I'm speedrunning every time I play. So okay, on our next thing. So these awesome gentlemen already unloaded this truck, but I wanted to make it very, very, very clear that these guys are probably the most important, like, structural backbone of this facility. They are amazing. They not only unload this truck of all the, you know, goods that it brings back, but also they'll sort it very quickly. That is the only part of this game that I don't like, because I'm colorblind. I have a hard time. No, I don't even know if I have a hard time. I'm just a little stupid. Okay, so these guys are amazing. They make this game. If I had to sort all the trash that I got, I don't think I'd play this game anymore. I don't like sorting. I do not have a lot of fun doing it. I will never get the upgrade or the achievement for sorting stuff. So these guys, like, if I had more trucks coming in and more of it was automated, maybe I would do it a bunch more, but it's not even. I don't know. It's my little pet peeve thing. But these guys are amazing. Make sure you get good ones that are 3 stars, so they don't only unload quickly, but they also, you know, sort really, really fast. They're absolutely amazing. They are literally the hardest working people in this facility. I can move all the stuff around and wait and do all this, pick all the trash. These are 2 guys right here. Absolutely amazing. I feel bad. Half the day they just kind of stay there. They don't even unload the other trucks. They sort all that stuff, but they just kind of chill. I mean, it is a hard job, no matter how you want to look at it. Big shout out to anyone who's watching this that is one of these sorter guys, some sort of plant like this. You're amazing. You are the most essential worker. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, on to our next thing. The next thing I want to talk about, setting yourself up for success. When you're producing a lot of stuff, it tends to get overwhelming. There's no easy way to get stuff off conveyors onto things other than just doing it by hand. That's one thing I hope that they add, like specific zones where stuff goes from off conveyors onto these things, but there isn't, and that's okay. We'll live with it, you know? So setting yourself up for success by making sure you have lots of pallets, making sure that you have proper upgrades for the robot, amazing tool. Making sure you have all the proper upgrades you have for robots so they can, they have a good path, because their path finding is a little rough, and I've had situations where I've had a bunch of half pallets here, and they run through them, and they cause issues with their pallets, because they collide. My God, what a word. They collide and throw things everywhere, and that's not good. So being organized, setting yourself up for success by making sure you have lots of pallets, making sure that what you're producing in the system is going to net the most amount of money. And all around, it's just about planning ahead, making sure that you are set up to be successful and have done everything in your power to make the most amount of money. Okay, on to our next tip. So another random weird thing that I wanted to throw into this video was, if you notice, I'm paused. My screen is paused right now, but I am slowly falling. Like, look at the chair. See the way the chair is slowly flying at that guy? The game doesn't really pause. It just becomes like super slow mode. So eventually here, I'm going to hit the ground and you'll hear it. You'll hear the little bump or whatever it is. I don't know. The weird little, you'll hear it. But that's really weird. So that kind of means, because time, that must mean time doesn't stop? I don't know. Let's see if the timer in the top right goes and this chair flies into this guy's hand. This is really weird. I've never seen this in any other game, and I appreciate it. Oh, yep. You hear the thump. Does the guy get the chair? He has the chair now. He's turning around. The second hasn't ticked down, though. So, or the minute in game. I don't know what you'd call it. So if you stood here, like, long enough, the guys would unload the truck. See, because that thing's falling really slow, too. The minute hasn't ticked by yet, so I'm not sure. This is just really weird. I thought it would... Sorry. I thought it would be funny. It's just really weird. Because everything is still moving. I don't know what this means, but I wanted to throw it in here. It's not a tip nor a trick, but it's really funny. So, here we go. It's just everything's moving at like micro speed, and the minute hasn't ticked by, so maybe just the game keeps. I don't know. It's weird. Let's go to the next thing. The next thing I want to talk about is having a good supply. One thing I like to do is when I sell a big load like this, I like to go on like 5 or 6 days of just nothing but doing the duty, collecting the trash, boxing it up, and putting it back here. These are not all 100% full. I'm not even sure what full looks like for one of these things, but they're all above 50. I make sure of that. So this is going to be a lot of product no matter what. And because I'm doing it this way, and if I'm, responsible with the money that I get from these big sales, I can make this last for a lot longer, and I can hypothetically fill up this entire thing. That's going to be my goal eventually, because this game is so fun. And I know a lot of the missions are the same, but it's so much fun, and I love doing it. So I think my goal eventually will be just to have rows and rows of trash be ready to be recycled, so I can just spend entire days just recycling, because it is really, really fun. I can't wait to see what all they add into this game. But yeah, stockpile as much as you can. I understand it's hard in the early game, but making sure that you're, intentional, like with this amazing invention over here, that's a beautiful thing right there. That right there could be a huge part of stockpiling. Even if you only because I've seen some people do it where they just have each pallet has a certain color and they stockpile. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty cool thing you could do too. Yeah, stockpiling, making sure that you're, have extra. So you can do one big hole. I like to do one big hole. Some people like to do it every day. It all depends on your taste and what you want to do. But I think it's a really good thing. Stockpile as much as you possibly can. It feels more satisfying. You get way bigger bills. I mean, it's also hard to sell, because if you have a lot of product, it makes it a little bit harder to sell all in one big go, because they only take so much and there's only so many contracts. So it's a win-lose kind of thing. I don't know. It all depends on your perspective. But stockpiling is it can always make you successful. On our next thing. The next thing that I want to talk about is in your warehouse and making sure you're utilizing the entirety of the pallets. As we see here, we have 28 here and 12 here. I just move these on over to here. We have 1/2 full pallet and a whole other places to store stuff. So going through every once in a while after a lot of recycling, going through and making sure that you're utilizing all the space that you have is a really, really good idea. It can help you free up some storage places. It can really help you in every way. especially in the profit-seeking one, when every freaking spot is, you know, a big chunk of money that's just laying on the table. So keep that in mind and definitely try to go through your... Because these robots are good. Like, don't get me wrong, these robots are good, but sometimes they make mistakes. Like, what is this? Because I have no other, but it's just weird. I wish there was a way that you could make it so they would go back to front. Because it seems like they tend to get caught on stuff and just send stuff flying. But it happens, you know? Okay, on our next thing. So the next thing I want to talk about is when your worker bees come back from doing their worker bee work, sometimes they will get a little rambunctious. It's usually only when you're here. Like if you get here kind of late and they're already done, then you don't really have to worry about it as much. But when you're around watching, they have like weird collision things, and sometimes they'll like hit each other and just throw random bags places. I wish that there was a bag somewhere that I could show you, but I got here kind of late, was working not super duper late, working relatively late, and so I missed most of the worker bees doing their crazy work stuff. But usually, so there, almost every time I'm here watching them, there's an issue where I wouldn't think the AI has a hard time pulling something out of a truck or something, and it just goes flying. So, and if you don't, like, when you save the game or whatever, like when you save the game and it, what do I call it? When you save the game and go to the next day, the bag will disappear, so that's lost profit. So be very vigilant of when your worker bees are doing their worker bee stuff. It's okay. It happens. I get it. There's a lot of, like, collision. I can't even imagine, like, the collision stuff for all these different bags and stuff. It's crazy. So I understand it. It's not a really big annoying thing, but wow. But it happens. I'm also the worst. Dude, what? Wow. I am the worker bee. My god, imagine being the worker bee and messing up that badly. But yeah, just keep an eye out on it. It's something, you know, you don't want to lose money. You don't want to lose all that valuable, yummy, dummy, awesome, perfect, amazing trash that you can use to to make into money. I don't know why I call it yummy, dummy, delicious. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird thing. I'm not even going to edit it out. It's just weird. Okay, on to our next thing. So I hope you found some things that will help you in your playthrough. I hope these tips are valuable to you, and I really, really hope you enjoyed the video. If you're feeling extra super duper amazing and like the best person in the world, throw a subscribe, maybe even a like, then maybe, you know, a comment. If there's things you didn't like in the video, let me know what I said wrong, what you didn't like, what you thought may have been funny, really anything. I want to hear from you. That's you know, engagement's always the best, and hearing from you and how you feel about what you saw is always a good thing. So awesome. So yeah, you know, make sure to, you know, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and, you know, have an awesome day, and thank you so much for watching this video. You're the best. Have a good one.